Hello, hello. I'm Bridget from Bridget's Astrology, and welcome to my week ahead, 18th through the 24th of December, 2023. Almost at the end of the year. And I'm recording this on Sunday, the 16th. And I don't know about you, but this Sun square Neptune is making everything to do with thoughts so very difficult for me right now. So bear with me if I trip up a little bit, but I'm blaming Neptune. All right, so let me share my screen and let's just get into it. All right, so Monday morning, the 18th of December, we wake up and we have just had the moon we've got the moon coming up to conjunct Saturn. All right, so that is going to be exact at 10:30 a.m. All right, so now the moon in Pisces is going to make everything a little bit dreamy and a little bit more difficult to focus on. However, the coming up to conjunct Saturn, we might just get we might find the discipline to start acting upon our dreams. There's a lot of it's the end of the year, there's a lot of stuff happening. Mercury is retrograde in Capricorn. We're doing this big review process. There's a couple of other things this week that I'm going to talk about. But, we're remembering why we were inspired by things. We're remembering why we set goals for ourselves in the first place. So today might be one of those days where we remember why. And then we're like, okay, we're reinvigorated to go and try and be disciplined and do the thing, whatever that thing is that is coming up from the subconscious for you, or like I said, the reason why you set yourself a goal in the first place. So this is for Monday the 18th. And Saturn does give us rewards for our effort. So even if we're feeling a little bit vague or wishy-washy, just put one step in front of the other and just see where it takes you. Find the inspiration. We've still got that beautiful sun in Sag. We've got this overall understanding. Now, additionally, this week, we've got Mercury coming up to trine Jupiter again. So this is going to revisit, around the 6th, 7th, 8th of December when, we had some understandings in the air back then. So this is the second hit of this Mercury trine Jupiter. So again, we are revisiting a lot of things. Okay, so that was all for today. Let's move forward to Tuesday. Okay. Now, so Moon's still in Pisces and it's coming up to conjunct Neptune today. So very, very nebulous type of energy and that second Mercury trine Jupiter is exact. Yes, it is exact today, both at 5 degrees. All right, so Tuesday is an overall cruisy day. We're going with the flow, can have us experiencing some unexpected gems in the afternoon. All right, so that would be the moon sextile Uranus at 4:30. So, the moon is square to Mars at 1 o'clock. So we might come up against some sort of resistance. Maybe we don't want to go on the adventure. Maybe we don't want to put in the effort because we're like just feeling lazy. But that's okay. That's a passing phase. So like I said, if we just go with the flow, you never know what you're going to find in the afternoon. Another tip for today that I felt was, if you do actually have to get some work done, try moving your space to another area. I know that when I sit here sometimes and the flow won't come, I go and put myself into a different spot of the house. And then I tend to be able to shock myself into, trying it differently. So that's just a tip that I seem to work with, and I felt like it was relevant for today. All right, so let's move forward to Wednesday. All right, now Wednesday. All right, this one is prickly. All right, so the moon moves into Aries at 9, so it's still in Pisces here, but it moves into Aries at 9:47 a.m. Now, this is definitely revisiting the 7th and 8th of December. All right. So if there was an issue, because I know on the 8th there was an issue with Moon square Mercury, where the suggestion for that day was to think twice and ask yourself how it's going to sound to other people. Right. So we are revisiting any issues that may have happened on those days. So today, the words, because we've got Moon sextile Pluto at 8 a.m., coming up Moon square Mercury at 5 p.m. All right, so if you've got any thoughts or issues simmering below the surface, all right, maybe it was that same issue that happened in the beginning of December, do your best to release the pressure with words that are going to help the situation be resolved rather than re-escalate the drama that has already happened. All right. So now we also have just having a look here, at the moment we've got Lilith in Leo, and that is a beautiful trine, so a harmonious and helpful energy with Chiron in Aries. So previously, if there has been some part of you that has been repressed, where you have been told to not allow yourself to be the center of attention, maybe you were told you were a little bit too much and to just sort of calm down a bit. This Lilith trine Chiron, the healing aspect of this is actually being yourself, being unapologetically and authentically yourself. So, maybe you're remembering Mercury there, retrograde coming up to the Cazimi on Saturday. So, our hearts and minds are starting to realign. We've got this fiery inspiration, we've got the moon sextile Pluto and allowing our intuition to maybe feel the clarity and truth of the matter coming up. So, yeah, so a feisty day. So just, feel into it. And, the same advice I gave for that 7th and 8th, think twice before you speak and ask yourself, how is it going to be heard and taken if I just blurt out the first words that come to mind? All right, so let's move forward to Thursday. Okay, so now Thursday. Okay, so today, Pluto moves into the 29th degree of Capricorn. So this is full on because it's like the culmination of all of the lessons of the previous 28 degrees. So we really are, in general, looking at how are we going to transform our fundamental structures? And, this is just for everybody in general. So I just think, this next period of time while Pluto's at the 29th degree, we're really just digging deep. Probably on the world stage, we're going to see governments having to answer for their actions, stuff like that, so yeah, so in general, we have the moon coming up to conjunct Chiron. So another one where our wounds may be exposed. But if we are acting unapologetically ourselves and feeling into, how am I going to heal myself to be the best individual that I can be? What adjustments are we making emotionally so that we can follow our own yellow brick road, that north node, going in a certain direction. Yeah, so just also we have that Venus opposing Uranus on this day too. So, that is another one where we are allowing shifts and changes in our comfort and security in our values. So Venus's exploration into Scorpio, she's got a private investigator's hat on, she's sultry, she's sensual, and the things that she's discovering about herself are why she can heal herself and be herself, because she's looking to see what are the issues below the surface. What do I need to do to just be me? Okay, so anything else for that day? No, it's just a very action-orientated day where you'll probably be able to take the initiative, step up, and just do the thing that you would have once held yourself back for. So go for it. Okay. let's have a look at Friday, the 22nd. All right, so yay, we have the solstice today. So, here we have, the sun moves into Capricorn at 2:28 p.m. on this one here, it's at 29 degrees, but it's actually at sort of 2:30 p.m. The sun moves into Capricorn. That is the solstice. And at 1:50, we have the moon moving into Taurus. So by the time we do have the solstice, we have this very grounded and logical and pragmatic, responsible energy happening where, all the feisty fieriness has just calmed down a little bit and we can settle into ourselves. All right, so we're at the top of the sun cycle today, being Friday the 22nd, and it is feeling good. All right, so we've got a beautiful moon trine the sun, trine Mercury, conjunct Jupiter. Sorry, yeah, moon coming up to conjunct Jupiter, which is like at midnight, but it still grows as the day goes on. And then at lunchtime, we also have a square to Pluto. So allowing us to see the reality of the situation as well. So drop in, calm down, and see things for what they are. All right, so it's a great time to be starting to reassess the structures that we have in our lives, how you feel about things that have gone on this year. We do have that Mercury retrograde, and Saturday morning early is the cazimi, where Mercury meets the heart of the sun, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, we're really having a business review of our life, what worked, what didn't. So now, yeah, what was up to scratch and what didn't work? Okay, and like I said, I'm struggling with Sun square Mercury, so please excuse my slip-ups today. All right, so let's move forward to Saturday. All right, so here we are early in the morning at 5:44 a.m. We have the Mercury exactly conjunct the sun. So it's our thoughts, our hearts and our minds are in alignment. All right, now being in Capricorn, it's very business flavored, discipline, structures, goal-driven, career, and that paired with the moon, growing in this conjunction to Uranus later on in the day or evening, very practical changes can be made. All right. Now, so this is early in the morning at 5:18 p.m. So like 12 hours later-ish, Mercury retrogrades back into Sagittarius. So all of these practical looks at what we're doing and, like I said, hearts and minds aligning, we might remember why we got inspired by the goals that we set in the first place. All right, so Mercury, is very practical in the morning. We set ourselves some tasks, we review, we've figured out what's worked, what didn't. This is the inferior cazimi, so it's the starting of a new cycle, you know, and yeah, like I said, by the time it goes back into Sag later in the evening, we're like, oh, that's right. That did tickle my fancy. That did make me feel good. So this is a great day. I really like this day. So set yourself aside some time to, maybe write it down. Um, you know, what does this next cycle look like? So not only do we have the inferior conjunction, but we have, from solstice to equinox, use this 12-week block or 3-month time slot to just plan that. You don't have to plan the whole year. You can have a big view of the year, but break it down into smaller, more manageable bites of time that you can review goals quicker and easier with more manageable steps. All right. So let's move forward to Sunday, which is Christmas Eve. And I love this one because the moon's still in Taurus. We have a sextile to Neptune early in the day, 10:15. The moon moves into Gemini at 7:15 p.m. So, that's when we're going to start getting mentally active and chatty. But most of today is going to be one where staying home and chilling out, maybe getting in the garden or starting to get prepared for Christmas Day. Moon in Taurus, cook your food. It's a great day to just get comfortable. Maybe you want to read a book in your comfy spot, dream your day away. Maybe, I don't know how you do Christmas, if you even do Christmas. you know, being comfortable with family, chatting, getting ready for the festivities of Monday the 25th. And yeah, so pretty much a lazy day on Sunday. If you want to stay in bed and relax, do that too. All right, so I will stop my share. And I do hope, like I'm saying happy solstice because I personally don't do Christmas. But I hope if you do that you have a wonderful time, that your children and family are, well loved and they feel like they are cared for. And, ultimately, I will see you next week, but I just wish you all the season's best. So till next week, take care.